Welcome to the coziest place in cyberspace. This ain't your cookie cutter interview. A note to our alike. So sit back and relax and get ready to know more about the artists, the bands, the songwriters, producers, DJs, and promoters of the indie planet I call my guests in the nest. You know me already. I'm the SongBird. And this is my new show. Flock. Hey y'all, thanks so much for joining me tonight. I have Mr. Outlaw himself, Mr. Terry Douglas. He's chilling out with the chicks downstairs in the rabbit hole down the trunk right now. They're giving him the rock star treatment while I'm getting the nest all ready for him. The man is up for Nom Nom of Outlaw Song of the Year with Ties That Bind. And I'm going to be spinning my little song, Hot Mess Express. You know, the one that he wrote about me. Not really, I'm just kidding. But I like to believe so because it's all on point. Oh yeah, singing about the SongBird. And then he's going to grace his presence and tell the planet who Terry Douglas is. Don't you go nowhere now.
Early in the morning, sun shining down, rushing around, gotta let them old dogs out. Putting on your makeup, laying out your clothes. I don't want you to leave this bedroom, but I know you have to go. As I watch you leaving, there's something I must confess. I love you, my little hot mess express. Express, dancing around the kitchen, hot mess express. Hurrying up for being late, hot mess express. Running out the front door, hot mess express. Gas gauges on E again. As I watch you leaving, there's something I must confess. I love you, my little hot mess express. Later in the evening, meet me for bed. The place is loud and rowdy, gotta get you right out of here. To a place less crowded, where the lights are way down low. Looking into those big green eyes, I gotta let you know. As I watch you leaving, there's something I must confess. I love you, my little hot mess express. Some I must confess, I love you, my little hot mess express.
Welcome, Mr. Douglas, to my nest. I'm so happy you can join me. Oh my God, that's my favorite song. I almost fell out of my chair because I was dancing. Welcome. I know you've been such a busy bee with all your gigs and recording. How does it feel to listen to yourself sing out loud your dreams? Like out loud. Does it feel weird? Can you sit there and listen to yourself? Because I can't. It makes me nauseous.
No. I think once I go through the whole process of writing, rehearsing, recording, and then, especially the vocal part of the recording, and then I do most of the like mixing and mastering on my own too. So by the time something comes out, I need a break from it for a while.
Yeah.
So the album came out in August. And like from June to August, that's like all I sang. And then after the album came out, I did my release show and I started adding, some of the songs to the sets and like, and now it's just like, okay, I'm ready to go on to the next one. But, it's like, I love the recording process. I enjoy that. And I do like, taking something from me and an acoustic guitar or something that I jotted down while I was sitting at work or whatever, and turning it into a song that, ends up on the radio. So that's kind of cool.
I know. You're slaying it, though. I am so jelly of you guys that can just, like, pop stuff in your head and put it on a guitar. Because you've done that to me. Like, we'll talk about something over Messenger, and then you're like, oh, I'll be right back. And then you like throw this video at me and you're playing a song on your guitar. And I'm like, what? How in the hell did you do that? Like in 5 seconds flat. That's so jelly. How long have you been doing the guitar? Since you were born? Did you like pop out and have a guitar? Did you teach yourself?
It was a mandolin, I think.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
a banjo.
I did. It was a banjo. My mom was very displeased. So I started playing when I was 8. My uncle got me a guitar, and I was 8, so I was like, okay, cool. And I tinkered around with it, took some lessons and stuff, and I kind of put it away for a little while, and then I don't know. I started getting into a lot of like, the late 80s, kind of early 90s stuff was like, the hair bands and the grunge stuff, and I'm like, oh, that electric guitar looks kind of cool. So I picked that up, and I was probably like 13, 14 or something like that. And it's always been there. I've always had one in the house sitting somewhere and playing, pick it up, pick on it for a little bit. I really didn't ever lose it, I guess. But, there's just points in times where, music has always been there, but sometimes other things kind of were first.
Yeah.
This is kind of the first time I'm able to, balance everything. Because that would be the problem is like, I'd go off and I'd, go to work. And this is back in, like the 2000s. I was working for a Arby's franchise. I was a district manager for Arby's, right? And, so that was like, 24/7 job for me. And so that, music took a back seat, and then,
Sure.
Music came back into my life, and then, something else would happen. But, this is the the longest period that I've been able to actually work on it. I'm fortunate, I've got a very supportive family, and my wife puts up with all my crazy. So
You do have
that's
a
a
lot
good
of
thing.
crazy, but she's got some inner crazy, goddess crazy to be able to do that, And families need to understand that too. I see a lot of families out there where they're like, well, my wife won't let me do this, or my husband won't let me do this. Well, you know what? it's kind of a package deal, and she's so beautiful, and your little girl is so adorable, and you're very, very fortunate. Not everybody is. You
Yeah,
can
I
I can
am.
see that.
I'm very fortunate. I always tell her, she keeps my crazy sane. So,
That's a song.
you know,
That is such a
yeah,
song.
it's actually a line from an Eric Church song. So,
Oh, well,
um,
hmm.
but I could probably make it into
You
something.
can kind
I
of
don't
turn
know.
it into something. Yes, you can. Now, do you go as far as naming your guitars? Like giving them little pet names? Nothing kind of crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah, okay, see?
yeah. The one that I have now is it's a Gibson SJ 100, and it has like that mustache bridge.
Yeah,
So its name is Stash. So
nice. And does it talk
yeah,
back?
uh, if I play it right, so
Good. See, that's how it's supposed to be. Now,
if
for
I play it
those,
right, some
see, I don't know anything about guitars. I have a baby Martin thinking that I was going to take up that, and we all know that that never happened. But I did learn something on Shark Tank, which I do not watch that much TV. The only thing I watch are the grown-up cartoons, which is Bob's Burgers and Family Guy, which really does not help the noggin much. But it's I don't have to think about stuff like that. But for those who've been living under a rock and sucking on it for nutrition, as my pal Phil Kranz loves to say, tell everybody out there in the planet in a nutshell who Terry Douglas is and how he got started, aside from being 8 only 10 years
sure,
ago,
sure.
and who he is. Who is what's the mystery, Scooby Doo?
Well, obviously I'm a country artist from Ohio. Um, I'm very deep rooted in my in my family and faith and my in my music. If somebody were to listen to the stuff that I write, it's I don't know, I call it real. I don't really ever write songs about tailgates, tan lines, and partying in the fields. It's like
Just
the
parking
stuff that
lots,
I
right?
write is just that's just write songs in the parking lots, right?
Yeah.
So for me, I kind of drift towards that, just that kind of older school country. That's always been my, well, it hasn't always been, but it's always been there. And, like every, teenage kid, you go through your rock and roll, phase where, I was fortunate enough where, I was alive when all the cool bands were around. So I
Hmm.
got to go see like Guns N' Roses and the original Van Halen and
Yeah.
like all that stuff. So that stuff shaped me. But me as an artist, I just like to write stuff that's real. If it doesn't make me feel something, then it's not going to make you feel something when you hear it.
I
Good,
like
bad,
that.
indifferent, whatever it
Yes.
is. You
Yes.
know. So
Yes.
so that's me in the nutshell. I just like to write real music. And however it comes out, it comes out. That's the beautiful thing about us being an independent artist is if I want to do a song that's verse, 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 chorus, bridge, chorus, I can do that.
Yes.
It doesn't have to follow the typical guidelines of a song, and I have done that.
Ugh,
Like
preach on.
you know
Yeah.
and I just that's the I guess the beauty and the freedom of being also being independent. I guess is that I get to do what I want when I want how I want to do it.
Yes, you're not a
You
puppet.
know,
Mm-hmm. There's no strings.
so
And
uh,
there's nobody hovering over you
so
telling you how you can write or what you need to write or how you can dress and how you need to do things and how you need to sing. You can do your own deal.
yeah,
I love that.
yeah, and it's and it's great. It's good to be me right now. I feel really I feel like that musically and with music, family, and everything that's surrounding me, that like the music thing's going really well right